Hey, Martiza, welcome. Hello, everybody who is here. Happy Wednesday. It's always hard to tell like what day it is when it's one of those weeks that starts with a holiday, but it is in fact Wednesday, and it is catalog release day for Stampin' Up. But before I get into that, just wanted to say the class that happens on the third Tuesday of the month, we're going to be playing with leaves. So, FYI, any leaf stamp you have should be fine for that. But if you want the one that I use, there's info on it in the Stampin' Up store, etc., in the description of wherever you happen to be. Great to see you, Martiza. Hello, Lala, as well. Hello, Cordelia. I am probably overscheduling ECR, so if you're catching this on the replay, Elizabeth, sorry about that. So I want to just kind of walk through the two things that released, and I'm going to try and not spend a huge amount of time on stuff that I already talked about when I got my pre-order. But today is the day the mini catalog came out from Stampin' Up, and then we also had this scrapbooking brochure, which is brand new to everybody, including me. So I'm going to talk about the mini catalog first, but there's a lot of stuff in the scrapbooking release that plays off a lot of the sweets in the mini catalog. So I think I'm going to focus mostly on sweets, and then we'll do like a speed run of some of the other stuff. But last time I did this, people really liked sort of seeing like a guy's take on the Stampin' Up release, because most of like the, OG Stampin' Up people on YouTube are ladies who have been doing this for a very long time. So let's get right in and see what we have. Again, this is sort of very lifestyle vibe, I would say. And let me see, talking about making a difference, and then some more about that. As usual, there are QR codes. If you want a physical catalog and don't have one, shoot me an email at just j@craftbyj, and that's always down in the description as well. And the digital catalog is available right now online, etc. Happy birthday, Danny. How are you? Hello, hello. Hopefully you are a year wiser. Whoops, and I clicked on the wrong comment. We are doing great. But anyway, let's get through kind of like the annual catalog. There's a lot of like these kind of lifestyle vibe photos. So, and then a message from the founder and information on joining. And eventually we get into the meat of this. And so this is set up like the annual catalog, where there's like the three basic paths you can go on. There's like the step-by-step crafting, which is basically kits for the uninitiated. And then there are quick and easy things that are more like card bases and ephemera. And then you get into the people who have all the things. And again, we have a lot of DVC. It looks like we have some ornament making kits, which is not a surprise to me. Lots of smiling people sharing. They're really pushing this whole like crafting in person with people, which actually, as I've probably told the story 5 million times, I really loved my in-person crop. It was so different than crafting on the internet, and Lennox may be coming to say hi. But it's really it was really interesting to me because I had done, let's see if you can like settle and not destroy the camera or knock my monitor over again, because he did that last week. It was joyous. He's kind of obscuring your comments with his head, but he'll probably lie down eventually. Or I can just, I'm not on camera, so I can just sort of roll over. As you can probably see the shadow, but like his tail is right there. Oh, now he's gonna lie down for his adoring fans. Now he's gonna lie down exactly off camera, but camera right, there's Lennox. Camera left is our catalog. Let me see. Oh, let me bloop. Can I bloop up your comment? Yeah, I mean, I think it's, oh, that's what I was talking about. I mean, I think the thing that's different, right, is if you're crafting on the internet, through the magic of algorithms, you're going to see the best, like the most popular thing. So, I mean, I think that when you craft in person, like you really see the people making the mistakes. And I like it. I actually have a space and was debating doing in-person classes. I need to chit chat with the person I signed up under because she does that a lot. Um, Kids collection as usual. It's the same vibe in that. Oh, I bought this one. This one, the star here is the envelopes that are hidden. They're like a brushed gold envelope, and they look really cool. The actual cards themselves have gold foiling, and if you can tell, we're going to. I'm going to try and not blind you by moving the things around too much. But no, I really liked it. This is hidden, and I just saw this recently. Have a kit where you can make your own like card storage box. I kind of want to pick that one up because it's cute. And we're also going to be doing the Halloween house, which I think is sold out, but maybe back in stock before actual Halloween. But it's hard to tell from this picture, but this thing is pretty big. Like this is like, the base of it is sort of the size of one of these catalog pages, which is like an 8.5 by 11. So the Halloween house looks really neat. And it has a cat. Not that that's the reason you should buy anything. I'm just saying it's a good reason to buy things. My house, we like all the things with cats. Quick and Easy has some really neat card bases. I think they will show them a little more detail later. But they're like red and white. They're like this, but they have some gold foil like ink splotches on them. They were really cool. But the Quick and Easy, people have kind of had different takes on it. I think it's cool that Stampin' Up is doing ephemera, but I've mostly bought the ephemera because I have so much card stock. I just cut my own card bases, and it's usually, I don't know. For me, it's more efficient because I own a lot of envelopes. I just buy a lot of the self-adhesive envelopes from Office Max, so I like those because I hate looking envelopes. But I don't know, if you want coordinating envelopes, that's a whole thing that I haven't dabbled in, mostly because I am I don't know, I am the type to toss the envelope, like, but for my advent calendar this year I did make my own envelope, so we'll get to play with that later. Anyway, they have tags per as well, like they did last year. Oh, here you can see them in more detail. Okay, so it's the ombre, and then they've got the gold. The gold looks really cool. I haven't picked those up. I don't think I picked up any of the ephemera yet. Lennox, could you not be in my light? You're probably going to blow. But yeah, so the ephemera is very much like what they did for the big catalog. I haven't played with it myself, but it's nice. They have sort of words, and then they have images. And they also, I think we'll get into it later. Oh, here you can kind of see how you could put this together. So these are the ephemera pieces. So potentially you can do a really quick and easy and simple card. So if you're one of those, I don't want to store a lot of card making stuff. I know it's weird for those of us who have like a room of it, but yeah, I like the ombre paper. I haven't picked it up. These card bases are kind of spendy for the number of card bases you get. I think if they're the same pricing as the annual catalog, it's like you get 5 card bases for like $8. So, I've been for the annual catalog, I picked up the ephemera, but I just made my own card bases. And I'm happy to see sketches. Oh, Danny, if you're still here, they're tag sketches. We're going to be using these, but I'm glad that they've continued providing sketches because they're one of my favorite things. Of course, you could buy these cool card bases, and if you cut them into 4 tags, it would be very price conscious. And think how cute it would be with the like gold at the bottom. I might have to buy them now, but anyway, not that I need more Christmas stuff, but I really like Christmas stuff. And this is a cool trend that I like that they've continued, which is you have sort of cut aparts and ephemera pieces with a pattern paper collection. Very neat. This one's sort of designed more around wrapping, as well as doing sort of these more quick and easy things. And they continued Memories and More, which I haven't really dived into at all, but if that's a thing you're into, they are there. And then we get into the people who have everything. Sorry, Creativity Your Way stuff. And I will say, as we get into these sweets, um, this first one is not a good example of this, but I would say that these are more red dominant than green dominant. But there was that whole season of green and gold collection that I bought most of it, and yeah, have been really enjoying it. So this is their first mega suite basically in the collection. It's the Season of Elegance, and it has a lot of it's got some really cool images. Let's get into it a little bit. Now, I had picked up a tree set recently, so I actually only picked up the sentiments in this, if you remember my unboxing. The neat thing is you get the word die for Christmas, so you can do the 2-layer die. Thank you. Thank you, Lennox, for coming down. But you can do you can just die cut this, which I'm all about because even though it does have a tittle, which makes me a little annoyed, you could just use an adhesive gem and then not have to worry about it. But I really like bulk cutting sentiments because you use them a lot. And this Christmas is fairly large. They also have this neat, I think they call it I forget what they were selling these as last year, but it's basically where you cross your ribbon over if you put ribbon on a package. That's what this is for. And then they have various sentiments you could use. I picked up this thing because I like all the sentiments, and they have really cool blingy gold bits. Although these I think read a little more yellow in person, so just FYI if you're picking them up. Here they're looking very amber gold, but in person they come out more like these yellow ones that I have. I can show you a similar thing here quick. If you'll. Yeah, so these were in a club scrap kit. I think this is about what those look like in color, right? Where they're amber, but they're definitely like more yellow leaning. So just FYI. When I saw them on camera, I originally thought these were gold, but when I saw them on camera, they are not as gold as you'd think. Really cool specialty paper. I haven't gotten, but want. I was very frugal for Christmas just because I know I had a lot of stuff left over from last Christmas. Yeah, I guess I should have started this out in saying this is the most product specific content I do on my channel. So like if you're in a low or no buy and just want to pass on this, feel free to come back to any other stream where we will be doing projects that are not anything specific. But this is kind of a neat look where you can use these ribbon thingies as like just elements on your card. But look how cute they look in the gold embossing. Just saying. I swear I'm going to re-emboss this season. For real. For realsy this time. And then it comes with a nice embossing folder as well if you get the whole shebang. So, I don't know. If I didn't own so many Christmas things or like things, I probably would have bought the whole shebang, but I stuck primarily with the sentiment on this one. And this one may be coming to my house soon, but was not in my original pre-order. But this is Reindeer Days, which has some really cute build your own reindeer. These guys, here you can see it put together. Then it's really cute. Again, I have a bunch of Christmas dies already that make things, so I don't know. And this is kind of a sleeper that I didn't notice until I saw someone playing with it in this collection. But you see this thing? It's a 3x4 book box, essentially. And it comes pre-adhesive, so you just put the thing together. But this looks really cool if you put pattern paper on it. So it works really nice as a treat box. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I should have pulled it out. So I have 4 Graphic 45 collections. Sorry. I have 2 collections, but I have the solids and then the other ones from last year. And I have 2 other unused collections. And then I have like half of the letters from Santa left over, and I may or may not have purchased some extra ones during the warehouse sale. Anyway, I don't have these, but these are really cool too. There are like peppermint enamel dots, which I haven't seen before. I have seen peppermint like shaker pieces, so same thing. I guess the other thing I saw someone do that was really neat. Where is it? It wasn't basically they used a shape die to cut out some of these reindeer and just use them as a focal piece. So like it is a way. Oh no, it was this one. I didn't pick this one up either, but it was these deer where you can just sort of cut this out with a circle. Sorry, that's out of focus. I did not pick up Sentimental Christmas yet, but I think I'm going to get the paper because I really like it. It also has this really nice, if you scrapbook page, but I'll just cut it into card fronts. And then I like card fronts where you have like a very decorative element somewhere. This also kind of sits in the realm of with stuff like this and this and this. Like they do have some patterns that are kind of your grandmother's wallpaper vibe. Um, which look really good as accent pieces, but can kind of look like a lot as a main piece. Here you can see like what's a good example? Like here you see how you could use this isn't super busy, but you could see how you could use a little pop of pattern. What else is worth noticing? Oh, this ribbon is really beautiful. I don't use ribbon a lot, but this is in shaded spruce, which is sort of this blue green, and it is let me see what it's called. Satin ribbon. It's very blingy. The time I saw someone playing with it. Oh yeah, in this picture you can see it. It's got some pretty neat details too. And here's my favorite one. Not that people have a favorite, but you know, done 12. Yeah. No. Were you watching the craft roulette where Mary was doing the basic math, which is like if you figure that a 12 by 12 is 4 6x6s, and a 6x6 you can probably get 2 to 3 cards out of. Generally, you can get about 10 cards out of a single sheet of 12 by 12, and about an inch of 12 by 12, like height wise, is probably about 50 sheets. So that's about 500 cards per inch of 12 by 12. So depending how much you have, you two can do the math and figure out. I got an enamel dot on me from somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let me put it back. That looked a little strange. I had a random like enamel dot on my finger. I'm sure everyone here can relate. But anyway, this I really like because I'm super in. My grandfather was very much a fan of chickadees, and I really like how these aren't really a specific bird, or I should say, Stampin' Up doesn't really do. I'll say like Audubon accurate birds, but I really like this vibe. And if you saw my unboxing video, I gushed over this for 15 minutes. So I will spare it. I will spare you. Hey Jim, good evening. I hope you are well. But I love that this has a sending thanks sentiment because like I love these anytime sentiments and like there you can always thank somebody for something. Anyway, this one's my favorite in the whole collection. I haven't tried the dies out yet, but it looks like these dies, in addition to the stamps, probably cut out this image and maybe some of the other ones. Stampin' Up's done a thing I like a lot, which is like have the stamp in the die, but also have the die cut out the pattern paper because then you can have a pre-colored image if you're not really feeling the whole coloring thing today. And this one also has an embossing folder. But I don't know. I like it. I don't know. It's a nice wood grain. And then this one haven't picked up anything from either. It's the Regal Winter. This also continues the very floral. This reminds me of I was just looking it up because I didn't remember what it was called because as you know, I am not the greatest with names, but this Wildly Flowering to me has very similar vibes to the Regal Winter. Regal Winter is a little more saturated, But again, these are patterns that would look really good um, broken up with other stuff. You could see as they're using some of these busier patterns, they're using them as an accent piece, and then you have a tag on it. They've also been doing a lot more projects that are more 3D in boxes, which I like because I love making a box. And this is a really cool die. I wish they did a whole like layering thing of this, but it's basically a rectangular die, but with the corners pre-rounded. And I did pick up this one particular thing. It's the specialty paper that goes with this because I really like this sort of eucalyptusy plant. And it's gold. Yeah, this is very jewel toned. And like if you're not like a flower person, like the other side is less patterny. I mean, it's very, I don't know. I feel like Graphic 45 and Stampin' Up took a lot of pages from the same book of like, if I'm going to be doing like a blah in your face pattern, then you should do a more subtle thing on the back, and you can cater to all audiences. This one is my other favorite. Can I have two favorites? I don't know. Both because this shares a lot of artistic similarities with the Thoughtful Journey. Actually, I can pull that out because hey, I have all the things today. But it shares that sort of watercolor vibe. Let me see if I can find it because maybe I can find the thing. Doo-dah. I found ducks. Yeah, here we go. So the Thoughtful Journey paper looks like this. So you can see how these are very artistically similar. And you could probably mix and match them. Thoughtful Journey is more spring. This is more fall, obviously. And people have been doing interesting things with this like locket/purse. I did pick up this collection, so I'm gonna have to like make a purse card, Cordelia, and send it to Mary Gun Fun as just sort of a like, hey, I actually made a purse card. And the reason I bought this was I love this Grateful for You sentiment and Change is Beautiful. I thought these two were really good. They're a little scripty for me. I'm more of a block lettery person, but and you can do neat, like you can make a shaker out of this. These two labels are slightly different in size, as you can probably see from the borders here. So if you sort of the pieces you cut out, you can layer on top of each other, and it makes an actual layer, which is nice. You can also like if you just have one die, you can always cheat and do this by just doing like a drop shadow kind of layer. But anyway. And they have these neat little I played with these before recently because I thought they were neat. These are sort of like they're basically plastic mesh gold leaf thingies, but like you can use a heat tool and actually make them curl if you want more of a 3D look. Just saying. And then we get into sort of the more bundly things. We have a bow making thing. I didn't pick this up. I do like the paper quite a lot if you're looking for sort of a standard Christmas vibe. Now comes the part where we're going to speed run a little bit so this live stream isn't like 2 hours long. But there are a lot of these Christmas labels looked cool. I didn't pick these up, but I've seen people do really neat things with this particular label because you have like the solid area. And my cat's interested in something. Maybe it was the other cat. Anyway, Lennox is listening for something. Anywho, but this particular die is really cool. I might pick up the dies from these. I don't think I need more Christmas sentiments because I have like many sets of Christmas sentiments. This light the year is kind of nice if you like lanterns. I have a 3D Christmas lantern. I have not put together yet, but that might be on our that may or may not be in our Advent plans. But this is really neat if you like sort of the lantern vibe, and you could punch a hole in these and actually make like some sort of a either a garland or an ornament out of them. Let me just. Do you love purse cards? I've never actually made one. I do love my box cards though, and I haven't done that in a while either. Um, More tree stuff if that's your vibe. And it looks like there are dies that coordinate with this. Well, actually, there's dies that coordinate with all of these because they're bundles, but these are really cute. If you the Christmas friends, I haven't picked up, but I was thinking about because I think the bear with the scarf is really cute. But I already have a bear with the scarf stamp set, so I was kind of like, do I really need another one? But that's neat. And here's sort of a true ornament making set, if that's your thing. I thought it was. I've seen some people do really neat stuff with this, just because you have the ornament die, so basically it's a circle, and you can make anything you want out of it. This one's cute with the one of a kind snowflake. I have a snowflake stamp set that was in the annual catalog already, so I didn't pick this one up, but I think it's quite nice. The other one I liked, we'll get to it, but there's a Frozen Edges one that's kind of neat too. This is the house from the cover. I did pick this up because I thought like having a house die would be worth it, or a house punch would be worth having, which doesn't punch out everything, but the part it doesn't punch out is basically square. So I didn't look like it would be too difficult to fussy cut. I've seen some really neat treat holders using this thing too. Oh, have you made purse cards? I have not. Yeah, the critters are really cute. Like I like they're very sketchy style, which it is one that Stampin' Up does, but not all the time. They did like a kiddo stamp set that was kind of like that too. I'll just flip back to that. See, yeah, they're really cute. They are very nice critters. There's this star one, if that's with these sort of like cute Christmas cookies. I already have a Christmas cookie stamp set, so I kind of passed on this one too. Oh, and this is the Frozen Edges one that I didn't pick up, but really like, because I thought the die cuts on this were quite nice. Here you see they're using this with thoughtful Spotlight on Nature die, which is the circle. We did a whole class using most of this, but but I really liked, this is really cool with the white pigment ink on the green. Anyway, again, something that's kind of on my list, but not one that I had done. They're kind of walking you through their collections here. Glam Tidings just sounds fun. This sounds very much like my grandmother, who unfortunately passed away many years ago, but I do like the Glam Tidings one. And then you see sort of, and then of course, Classic Christmas, which we all know and love. Oh, here's the kiddo one that also uses sort of that same sketch style. These are the standalone stamp sets. This Noel hat I really like. These are really nice. I feel like these are just really nice stamps to use as focal points because they would be like super duper easy to color. And then we have a couple cute snowmen. And then we have Santa on a surfboard, which is cute, but that would have been really nice for like Christmas in July. Or if you know people who live in Florida. And then we have some more religious stuff, if that's your vibe. There's a really good last year there was a really good Star of Bethlehem hybrid embossing folder and stamp set they did. And I think we're kind of at the end here. Oh, I lied. There's more. More standalone stamp sets. Most of these I do like that they have a leaf one, but I already have a bunch of leaf stuff. So again, it was sort of not quite my vibe, but I like a lot of this. And a lot of these bigger sort of bolder stamp sets I think just are fun because they're so easy to use. And then it talks about rewards, and then we're at the end. I didn't see it, but there's a really cool autumn stamp set. Let me see if I can find it quick. I think, oh, this one. This one is super neat. I think I skipped this page, but people have been doing cool stuff because you get so many words in this. You can make up like a bajillion sentiments. Plus, it has coffee with whipped topping. and a donut. So I'm partial. I'm like yes to all this. So I picked this one up as well. I really wanted this amaryllis one, but I have not gotten it yet. Mostly because my grandfather used to send our family amaryllises as sort of like a pre-Christmas gift, and then they would generally, because we wouldn't visit them in Wisconsin until close to Christmas, so we'd sort of have the amaryllis. And with these petals, you can do sort of 3D flowery things if that's your vibe. And I think that's pretty much it. So really awesome stuff. The thing you'll notice is there's no Halloween, which kind of made me a little sad, other than the house, which I got. But in the last couple of years, Stampin' Up! Has kind of gravitated away from Halloween. But I love most of the Christmas stuff. Basically, everything I didn't buy just because I had similar things. Oh, and luckily, I found my blingy binder clips, so I can look all like a fancy person. Hey, Brian, welcome. We just went through the mini catalog, which you probably have already. But I wanted to sort of talk about the scrapbooking brochure because this is all brand new stuff that I don't know that much about. Because as you know, I am not really a scrapbooker. The most interesting thing I think is this, which is that the two-tone cardstock of Close to My Heart fame is what they're going with for all their scrapbook stuff. So it's pretty neat stuff, but it is white core, so you can use sanding techniques and stuff to distress it. But I thought it was interesting that before I probably could grab some if anybody cares a lot, but before the 12 by 12 I had from Stampin' Up! Was identical to their standard paper, basically, their 8.5 by 11 paper, right? It was, fully dyed, whatever their card weight is. But I thought it was cool. QR codes. This is also available under the Happening Now tab on the website, on the Stampin' Up! Website, or there's a link down below you can click if you want to do those things. And then they have White Willow, which I don't know if, but the interesting thing is these are, pages today. You can tell I just printed this out because I don't have tape flags all over it, but these are in Stampin' Up! Colors. And in there, so that I thought was interesting. This is kind of a pilot, people have said, insofar as like the last time Stampin' Up! Had a scrapbooking catalog, I think was, someone said about 20 years ago. So anyway. Oh, thanks, Danny. Yeah, so here's the thing. If I buy any of the paper we're going to get to, what I want to do is I want to find a decent album and like start a scrapbook of the cats because they're both 14 and I don't know how long they'll be around, but I would really like to sort of catalog their various antics. Although a lot of this is season specific, which has nothing to do with cats, but trust me, we can make it about cats. We can make all the things about cats. So this is and the other thing I really like that we may get into is, so they have kits like Close to My Heart did. But they also are selling the paper collections more a la Echo Park and Graphic 45, where you get like the sticker sheet and 12 sheets of 12 by 12. So I'm very interested in that. So like this one, the kit's $37, but the paper collection is like 17. So choose as you see fit. As you know, I love making mini albums, so I'm really excited about the stickers. Oh, hey, Martiza. But yeah, well, I have so many pictures of the cats as kittens, and I have pictures of them throughout the years just because they are cute and I take photos of them. That was before Lennox had his career as Chaos Bringer. Really, the major difference with their scrapbooking stuff, once we get into the stamp sets, is they have big words. Also, the kits, and I don't know, the kits, they're not, it's interesting. Some of the kits have, I'm curious if these are the wood laser cut things Close to My Heart used to have, because I had one card kit with those, and they're pretty neat. They're kind of like thin balsa wood that's laser cut with like adhesive on the back. So I'm torn if I want to just get if I want, like, I don't know that I necessarily need a page kit because I don't really scrapbook, but I could, just for this and the cats. But but as you may have noticed, so there's Reindeer Memories. If I pull out my other catalog and find it quickly, after we get through it, we don't need elegance. Okay, so Reindeer Days, exactly the same color palette. Sorry, you can't see. This is the same color palette as this. So you can either buy 12 by 12 that matches this paper and do like a solids and mixed and do cards, but you could also do that same thing here. And you could also augment your scrapbook pages. Anyway, I thought it was really cool that they have, essentially you could make a super duper sized. Oh, and here they're walking through the fact that you can just buy the paper too. You could make a supersized sort of suite where basically you could do like a mini album and you could do cards and make that into like a gift for somebody. Anyway, I'm kind of excited about this. As you can see, Festive Memories, very large font. That's sort of the vibe of their these stamp sets that I design more around scrapbooking, is to sort of work with this larger 12 by 12 form factor. Again, this is the paper collection you can just buy on its own. Sorry, I'm a little off camera because of Linux's shadow. And then you can also pick up the coordinating card stock. This is kind of a close to my heart idea as well, where you could buy the kits, but then augment them. This one I'm not as interested in Reindeer Days. I am really interested in Snow Day because it looks really cute. And this coordinates with a different suite, which we talked about in my pre-order video, but I don't think, maybe I skipped over it today. It is in here. It's not that one. It's the one with all the cute penguins. This one, I did skip this. Snowy Scenes makes a snow globe. Really cute. People have been making really cool ornaments out of these, just saying. Punch a hole in it, put pretty ribbon. We may be doing that. But as you can see, same colors. I like that they did this. We haven't gotten to my favorite thing, but it's coming, I think. And then they give you a whole page of examples. I don't know how I feel about their layouts. I feel like some of the ones I've seen from Club Scrap looked more innovative, like where I was like, wow, that's a cool layout, where these seem very like what I would probably do. Like this seems like it has a lot of white space, as does this. So I don't know. Just personal preference. If you like these simpler looks, definitely is in here. But I'm just saying, like, if the vibe isn't your thing, like, you can just buy the paper too. And here's the Snow Day version of the just buy the paper. Love this paper. Oh, and the pattern paper in these kits is distinct to the kits. So like you're not gonna buy, if you bought a suite and then bought a kit, you're not gonna get duplicates on the patterns, which is kind of a nice thing. These are very similar to the Snow Day paper from the Snow Day suite. Again, you have big words. Bird is kind of cute. I do like that. And this is my favorite thing. They did a Halloween and it says so spooky. And as you know, I have a cat who is so spooky. Well, he's not that spooky, but I don't even know where he's at right now. But my black cat is spooky at times. This is just Lennox. We just have a Lennox shadow because he's just sort of chilling. But this paper is my absolute favorite thing in the catalog because it has like potions and spells and stuff. I could get so much mileage out of that on a card. I don't think there's a coordinating stamp set, although there are a couple online exclusive Halloween things. that came out when Changing Leaves came out. There's like a cauldron one and then a ghost doing cute things one. I actually really like this look with like cutting like a single row of the books and using that as like a side panel on otherwise, more straightforward cards. Although I think this would look good on the side of a card if you did like an embossed panel and then did this stuff. But I really want this paper, so I'll probably have to buy this kit. And here you see, okay, so this is the online exclusive stamp set that you can pick up that goes with this because, that one is that. And then they have a fall one as well. Again, we have our big words. You can also buy this as like, you can get the sticker sheet and the 8 pieces of paper. So, and then you have coordinating stuff. But so you can buy, I like the fact that there's a lot of options on how you can buy this stuff. I'm glad that that was sort of brought through, and Linux is off to do a Linux thing. But I'm glad that that was brought through as an idea because I like the fact that you can sort of put together your own thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be very interested to see how scrapbooking does for Stampin' Up. Generally, I mean, I feel like the peak was kind of before social media when like people had physical photos they needed to scrapbook, but I don't know. We'll see. This also has paper I want. Are you sensing a trend? I guess I just want all the paper, but this has this really cool like a couple cool leaf patterns. So that might be worth looking at. There's some pretty neat wood embellishments here. I like this "Oh Blessed Day," even though I'm not like a super religious person, but like I think that that would be a cool element to play with. In the As you may have noticed, like the prices on these kits vary a bit. It basically depends how many pages you get. I believe this one makes the fall one makes quite a number of pages. That's a really neat, like that wreath element. I really like that. Just imagine if that was a cat and not a lake. Just saying. Hey, Gloria. Welcome, welcome. And even though this is a simple spread, I like this one. I like the use of the leaves here quite a bit. Like imagine this with like a gold pigment ink, and I have this up. This is upside down, but assume that I did it correctly. And then we're to the end. So that is the scrapbooking stuff. If you are interested in scrapbooking, you may be intrigued by that. I actually really like some of the exclusive papers. The Halloween paper is definitely my favorite thing here, but this is a neat idea too, where you're just using your ephemera pieces to do like a wreath. That would be that would be a nice page. That I like a lot. Anyway, those are the catalogs. If you have any questions or if there are specific products you're interested in seeing in upcoming classes, lives, etc., feel free to leave all that stuff in the commentary and comments sections and wherever you happen to be watching this. If you don't have a mini catalog and want one, let me know. And I think that's pretty much it for today. I will be back on Sunday for my live, and I might do an ad hoc live before then, just because I don't know. It feels I haven't really crafted this a ton this week with work and stuff. So anyway, it was great to see you all. If anything is, you have any questions, let me know. If you don't have any questions, feel free to just pop in on my next live, and we will play with stuff. And I hope everybody has just a fantastic rest of your week, and have a good one.